A congressman, a pharmacist, and an ex-president. It sounds like the beginning of a bad joke, but it might be the beginning of something serious. Texas Democratic Representative Henry Cuellar and his wife Imelda. Robert Harshberger Jr., husband of Tennessee Republican Representative Diana Harshberger, and former Honduran President Juan Orlando Hernandez. What do they all have in common? They were all found guilty of corruption by U.S. federal courts, and they were all pardoned by President Donald Trump. Not in the closing minutes of a presidency, when pardons are traditional, but right at the very start of his second term. So we have to ask, why? Why pardon a Democratic congressman who took nearly $600,000 in bribes? A pharmacist convicted of multi-million dollar healthcare fraud at a time when Trump's allies blame immigrants for healthcare fraud. And a foreign president found guilty of trafficking 400 tons of cocaine into the U.S. This weekend, Trump may have given us our answer. On Sunday, he erupted on social media, furious that Cuellar didn't change parties after receiving that pardon. He blasted Cuellar's lack of loyalty, declared he was done being Mr. Nice Guy, and made it clear that the pardon wasn't mercy. It was an expectation, a transaction. Trump expected loyalty in return, and when he didn't get it, he publicly lashed out. That tells us something important. These pardons weren't random. They weren't compassionate. They were strategic. Pardoning Hernandez, a foreign leader tied to drug cartels, pardoning Harshberger linked to a sitting Republican lawmaker, pardoning Cuellar, a Democrat Trump hoped to flip. And these are just the tip of the iceberg. Trump's list of pardons also includes people convicted of tax evasion and even aiding terrorism. Piece by piece, it looks less like justice and more like the quiet construction of a loyalist network built through favors, leverage, and debt. And that leaves us with one final uncomfortable question. What exactly is he building it for?